They got them on public. Yeah. Yes. Oh, God.
No interview, but I can just talk about what we're seeing right here. Well, I'm just going to step right out of the scene, Alan, so you can get a better shot. This is SWAT right here, and they are gearing up. We can see some right now that are continuing to get equipped, and they have blocked off a lot of the area right here around Peachtree. We are a few blocks actually away from Northside, but they're surrounding a few different office buildings here. And remember, we are just 2 or 3 blocks away from Piedmont Park, and you're seeing actively this group of SWAT members right here gearing up, and this is certainly a active situation, and they are on the move. We just saw them drive onto the street right here roughly 5 minutes ago, and they're continuing to corner off different areas of Midtown, of this very populated area. I just talked with someone who was in one of these office buildings. They were told to evacuate. Those who were inside were told to stay in place. So we are seeing an active situation, and we're seeing SWAT right here standing by right off of Midtown, and we'll see where they move next. I mean, we are watching this closely. No doubt they are following tips, and they are continuing to track down different buildings, different areas of interest, and this is the latest one we're seeing. This is right by the High Museum. If you're familiar with Midtown, I mean, this is a very busy, populated area, especially in the middle of the day, and they've started to corner off different areas of interest, and right now we are just off of Peachtree here in Midtown. Alan?
Showing themselves cell phones, potentially pictures of the suspect. We got his description a few minutes ago as police continue to look for him. Again, this is the scene right here in the west on 15th, right near the High Art Museum. Definitely want to remove there. going down. Let me take it easy.
Well, I just went up there and they just pushed us back. I know. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, they're getting them out of the building. Getting them out of the building.
Yeah.
Shot of you, and I'll send that back to you.
I don't need it. No. Sorry.
Come on.
I don't think they'll use it. I don't want it. They can take it from the live feed. they'll let you like go through. It sounds like if you wanted to keep walking, but they're very. I think they just don't want to. They have it drawn up. They don't want you to be like around that SWAT unit.
Or something going on here, or that's just.
No. They seem right here on stage.
Parts of the Atlantic has way down there. I know Babbers are gonna come in here down there.
We got to talk to those people up there too.
All right, I gotta go find some people. We gotta get away.
I love those people back in the day. You just been. Yeah.
Let's go up there and try and talk.
They're not usually what the people is when they do other things. I have no idea. We're down? Let's just go back.
Huh? Just across the street.
What you doing out here walking around?
I just shut my garage down. I'm trying to get a hold of security.
You work here? Are you? How's it looking in there? You get back in?
Yeah. I was gonna walk down and see if they open the door. I think I heard they saying they searched the roof. I saw see the drone flying around.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions just about today? We kept it quick.
I mean, I have nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You're just sitting and going out to have lunch.
Well, they see a lot of people going through. Sure. All right, they're going to come with me. Sorry. Well, right here on, we're right by Peachtree, and we're seeing a SWAT team right here. They're flying a drone right now. I'm told they also just searched a roof right here in the area of one of these office buildings. I'm looking at an office building right now where I'm seeing a line of people just looking out of their glass windows at the scene here, and we're about a block from the High Art Museum. We're going to try and get you a shot, but this really just shows how active this situation is right now, how many people are still trying just to get a better sense of, is it safe to leave? A guy just walked out, he said, can I go get lunch right now? I said, I don't think so. A lot of this is blocked off. So this is a very active scene right now. This unit right in front of us, this special operations unit, this is who was flying a drone earlier just to get eyes in the sky of this area, but very much an active situation here, and a lot of people still trying to figure out. This unit here is leaving as we speak, clearing the area, maybe to suggest that it is safe in this specific area. We're going to continue to watch things here. Tracy, back to you.
Trying to get that shot, but stay right here. I'm going to walk up really fast. No. I think we need to go. I think we just need to go that way. Back that way where everybody else is going, just to make sure. Nothing's going on. It's clear, right? Yeah. Thank you. Where we are now. Were you inside, bro? Sorry? Were you inside? No. Do what? Atlanta Police Department active law enforcement situation in the area of West Peachtree Street between 12th and 13th. If anyone in the area is asked to secure. Okay, let's go back down there. Here, I'll take your tripod.
Where they headed to now?
No idea. You know?
No, I have no clue.
Yeah, right?
They just picked up and went that way. Who are y'all with?
Atlanta News First. We're the CBS.
Gotcha.
Used to be CBS 46.
Okay.
Anyway.
Uh-oh, they're coming back. get on the train.
Still gotta pull back. What happened there? They're protesting. Wait, shit. I hope we don't have another turn over here. No, great. Yeah, it's all clear.
So we can go there.
Yeah, I don't know where they went. They came down here, didn't they?
They came this way.
Yeah, yeah.
We can go there and go around.
I think so. I don't know the roads are there.
Remember that day? I do remember that day.
They're letting regular Joes walk. I don't know if they're telling them limit. I don't know if they're letting regular people walk. I saw several. I saw some doctors come out. So I know that too. Maybe they just let them go for the day. Yeah. Eric, the grandmas are going to see the tattoo today. We're going to get some emails about it. Hey, it's Rob up on Workshop. I heard both Eric and Charles Watson. I saw Charles Watson, and I'm going to his wedding this weekend. That's why I'm off. Like, hey, buddy. I would hope they covered the SWAT. They're WAGA anyway.
Just let me know when Katie's clear this week or whatever.
Yeah, you talking? Were you inside?
Yeah, but it happened on a different floor. It happened on the 11th floor.
What floor is that?
Gloriette.
Do they do?
So it's like they have different offices. Oh, yeah.
No, no.
Yeah, they have
sort of bunker in
And that's
place.
what we realized, because the security guard that's downstairs, when he found him, he was like, oh wait, because I was there, one was like calling, security guard, and I think like some type of alarm went off too, for them to notify his next.
Do you mind if I interview you just to provide?
All am I saying? I don't know. I said something.
Just to put, oh, I know it's
I
hard.
know.
I know.
But I don't
You had a
know.
unique perspective.
I know.
That's I understand. You were on what floor, and then they. 11th floor?
We're on the second floor, it's like
Second
200 feet. So they had to have some people come in with like per area, like an extra, like nothing there.
Why would you?
So if you see the employee of that office, the opening, yeah, I got it. Or that's the employee.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're all right. You've had a hell of a day.
How was that?
Take it easy.
All right.
Kelsey, I can do a hit. Yeah. I'm going to have us turn around. Stand by. Slightly calmer, but we did just watch two officers just walk in with long guns closer to the scene, so very much still an active situation. I was able to talk with a nurse who just left Northside Medical. She was on the second floor. From her understanding, they heard a thud, what they believe were shots in the moments right around noon, and she said she was one of the last floors that was just evacuated. She was very relieved to be able to go home. They weren't getting a lot of messages inside. She said it was just panic, just waiting, sitting there, hoping that they could leave soon. They believe that the shooting was actually happening a few floors above them. But I really do want to just set the scene of where we are. So, right, we're in Midtown. Right here is the Midtown MARTA station right here, one of them. And then if we continue to pan over, I'm going to have my photographer continue to pan over. An apartment building just about a block that way, that's where there was a shooting, an active shooter situation here in Midtown last year. So this is a very familiar panic that this community has gone through. And if you remember, in that active shooter situation, it took roughly an hour for officers to locate that individual, inevitably at the airport. And at this point, we still do not know where the active shooter is from this shooting here. One person we do know has died, 3 more injured, but we're in the heart of Midtown right now. And yes, while there is somewhat of a quiet sense right now, this is not over by any means. We're continuing to get directions from law enforcement on scene to move back, forth, left, right. We're seeing SWAT continue to check out different areas, and we'll continue to monitor things here on the ground. But I just really wanted to break down where we are and how familiar the situation is here for residents, for business owners, and for those who live and work in the area. Guys, back to you.
Active shooter here once more. I see him right there.
Yeah, you can take it.
I'm gonna have to get my other battery. I'll get my other battery. You got one? What's up, Dave? Good. How you doing? Good. So I know our car is right there.
What'd you say, Jordan? Okay.
I know our car is right there. I don't know how you're gonna get there. Yeah. Come here. It's either or. Battery here is all right. I got 50% off the house. So I can snap over one last one there. Found the guy, or they were, I'm listening to Ernie. saw the junkie earlier. I pulled in. I pulled out. You pulled in. Yeah. I haven't seen it since. He on the corner over there by. Go get a power strip. All right. I'll do that. Oh, you coming back? Yeah. All right. I got you. I gotta see if somebody can bring me a bit. I'm good on one battery, but I gotta. I can't move right now. We'll be all right. I still got my phone. I know you want to use my phone later on. No, don't say monkey.
That's your line. I'm not going to steal your line.
Hey man, I may need some help a little bit later on. I got one battery. I got a battery in my camera. And I got a battery in my bag. However, if the backpack needs a battery, then I have to put that on there. So right now my camera has 4 bars on it. So that'll last for that'll last for 2 hours. So I may need some help as it gets lower. I'm at 15th Street. I think that's right. No, this is right by the art center.
Yeah. This is West Peachtree.
West Peachtree. West Peachtree and 15th Street by the motor station.
but it shows the people. At least they can at least go to that or go fix the problem. Back north side, mid, raw, back. That's when the lady was coming out in the walker. Is that what was going on? Yeah, that's fine.
Jason, yes, we're just trying to send some of that video back of the patients from earlier when they were being escorted out of the building. It was just something to break it up and take people back to that moment. Okay. Well, things are starting to clear out a bit here, Tracy. Police have acknowledged that this has turned from an active shooter situation to now an active investigation as they actively look for the person responsible for shooting 5 people here in Midtown earlier today. One of those people dying here at Northside Hospital. We are anticipating to hear from Atlanta Police here soon. We've been waiting, but you know, they have their own, they're investigating, they are following leads, and we know that they're going to update the media and the public once they have gathered more facts. But we are anticipating hearing from them. But here at 12th and Peachtree, which as you see is right in direct eyesight of the hospital, a much different scene from what we saw just a couple of hours ago when we got here around 12:30, and you saw police in heavy, right like that, right in front of me, as you see right there. But they were actively looking for this person who they believed was inside Northside Hospital at the time. We don't know if this suspect, well, we know he's at large, but it'll be interesting to hear from police how this person may have gotten out of the hospital, and there's plenty of questions that will need to be answered. And again, we're waiting to hear that update from Atlanta Police. But out here live, the scene is calm, but we know police are still actively looking for this person. As I said, it was a much different scene just a couple of hours ago as we saw patients being rushed out of the hospital, many of them crying and frustrated and scared. People just eating out here earlier today, and then they're forced to be locked in because they've been told there's an active shooter at the nearby medical center. Things have calmed down a bit, but you know, the situation is still very much serious as police continue to look for this person. But you know, I will tell you, the buildings here in Midtown, we were as far away as Peachtree and 14th. That's a block or so from here, and buildings were going into lockdown. My photographer, Sam, he tells me he got a message from Atlanta Public Schools telling him that Maynard, the school that his children go to, that's on lockdown, that's in Glenwood. So that just shows you the scope of, of how far-reaching this is. This is Midtown, that's Glenwood, but APS taking the precaution to lock down their schools as police continue to look for this shooter who they say shot 5 people inside Northside Hospital, one of those people losing their life today. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. Well, wait, it's up to 6?
Yeah, and they can use it however they want, but it's a wrong spot to basically showing people being evacuated off the coast. And yeah, can you let the producers know it's some good stuff? Right? We can use it for that next hit if they want to. Alright. So I just sat down and this is what it is. Yeah, I don't Yeah, so I mean, you can at least go to that. I mean,
Yeah, it's something. I think
if they want. It's just basically just to show the strata, how people look.
yeah.
I got this kid that you was walking with too.
Yeah, he's not as great.
Okay, anybody else you can think of? Or any other? Yeah, no. I didn't pull that. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh. Okay. How you doing? Oh, no, you're all right.
It's breaking news. Things
Breaking news. It's all right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Just watching us. But we are kicking ass.
If you think about it, we were hustling that. But that's what we're going to do.
Right.
Because we got to remind them while we're here.
Yeah.
How they're going to pay me. Right. Oh. Yes, that's fine.
Ask him, is he on my shot right now? I'm about to pull it.
I think we're fine right now. Are we? What are you doing with it?
He said he's getting ready to take us for the 3 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, I think we're fine for now. They're recapping. Hey, Jason, when do you want to take us? Oh, okay. What's that? What's the bite? You don't or do? That's the soundbite we picked? What is he talking about?
Coming up now?
Oh, yeah, go for it. Jason, what's the bite? Yeah. That's it? Okay. Well, Alan, we know they're actively looking for the shooter who Atlanta police tell us is no longer in this area. And, you know, just take a look at the scene, and that is very indicative of just how light the police presence is out here and how things have calmed down a bit. But investigators still on scene. I mean, there's a whole investigation that's going to have to take place inside Northside Medical as they piece together you know, a timeline, a motive, and as they continue to actively look for this shooter. You know, we had an opportunity to talk to several people who were either in the area, but we got a chance to talk to people inside the medical center itself as this shooting was unfolding, or immediately after. These were patients who were inside. A lot of them were crying. A lot of them were angry. A lot of them, as you can imagine, were frightened because they were being told to leave because there was an active shooter inside. One gentleman we spoke with, KJ, we talked to him about an hour ago. We saw him and this older woman slowly walking from the medical center up toward 12th Street and West Peachtree, where we are. We got an opportunity to talk with him, and he painted a picture that basically explained how they were on the 9th floor and they were told that the shooter was on the 11th floor and that they needed to shelter in place. And at that moment, doctors, physicians, nurses, they started to find closets inside the medical center to hide these folks inside. And that man told us that he stayed with this elderly woman because he did not want to let her be alone because she was frightened. Take a listen. Yeah, so just everyday people seeing the fear in other people and deciding to be kind and to be present. And it was just a beautiful thing to hear him explain why he did that. He explained that they heard a couple of pops, nothing rapid. They thought it was just a motorcycle backfiring, and then again, all of that unfolded. So, you know, in the midst of all of this chaos, in the midst of this sadness, people still finding it in their hearts to just be kind and nice. Oh, we are seeing police start to take off we're seeing police run. We don't know what's happening, but these are officers running somewhere. One might think that they may have gotten a tip. You know, we've been saying that police have been actively looking for this shooter. They told us they didn't know if he was in the area, but clearly police have learned something, and they're headed toward another scene, presumably toward where the shooter may be. It's hard to tell from our vantage point as our photographer Sam walks with police. It looks like police are getting into their cars, you guys. So they may be leaving this scene, but you see how quickly the mood can shift. I mean, here we are, unsure of what was happening. We thought things had at least calmed down here, and police running toward their cars and now zooming away from this scene as presumably they're headed toward another scene where they may have gotten a tip where this guy, Dion, may be. Tracy, Rick, or Alan?
You hear the gunshot?
Hey guys, we're hearing shots fired going on in the vicinity, and we just saw. Yeah, she's looking at me now. Okay, you want to go down there? You guys want to go down? I'm gonna go down.
Hey, Jason. Yeah, it would appear if we have a crew, I don't know, past 14th Street, that's where the sirens are headed. Yeah, I was just telling our producer, Tracy, it appears, you know, the officers got into their cars. They drove down West Peach Street toward 14th Street. The folks here on the ground say they heard pops, and, you know, during my live shot, I thought I heard it, but I just didn't think anything of it. But that's where it appears police are headed, in that direction. We don't know what has happened down there, but clearly something has happened, and that's where police have shifted their focus, as some still remain here on the scene of this deadly shooting earlier today.
Hey, Tim, do you have this is all unfolding in front of us right now live. No, that's a great question, Boris. No ambulances, but there continues to be a heavy police presence, and now, just in the last few seconds, more police that have shown up at this incident. Just right after they had closed it down, they're putting back up the crime scene tape as I speak. It couldn't be more than 2 blocks, Brianna. We're currently standing on West Peachtree and 12th Street in front of high-rises here. There are businesses. We're looking at that sign that we've seen throughout the day on that north side sign. It couldn't have been more than a couple blocks away. Again, it was faint enough where it was far away, but close enough where we could hear that barrage of what sounded like about a half a dozen gunshots. Yeah.
I don't know where they are. Yes, do you want me back in front of the camera? Don't get it. Somebody's that camera just fell. Who's the camera? I'm not telling them that. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. Howdy. How's it going? Did you just get, are you working outside? No, how well you doing? No audio. We were there, but we thought you were like, we were just like, we were really, but we were like, let's get the name right now.
But the officer said they were going to go cut the
know, that's what I'm like, man, I smell the garlic.
It smells good too.
Yeah. Don't, okay.
I'm supposed to sit over here and heal. I need to sit down.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nobody knows what's happening.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go see what she's about to say. Yeah, here you go. No, okay, Right. You understand. You guys got a mic thing?
Right.
Tell me what's the mic. I need to put sticks there so you take that spot. I'm going to try. Yeah. Make sure you get yours right smack dab in the center, please. Okay. Hey, where are you? Where are you? What? I don't know if we're going to end up using that, but I'm not going to.
You gotta take yours. I have a
Do you hear that? You hear it?
Thank you. You're welcome.
Anybody have any batteries?
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 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 check.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Mic check, 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 check. Today,
Yes,
okay.
I do, but I have to leave the mic on the stand here.
Oh, what's up, baby? What's up, man? How you doing, man? Is this you?
Yeah, that's me.
Will you hold that 1 second? let me put a flag in. What's up, Steve?
Yeah, everybody got a flag.
What's up, baby?
Are you covering this person? I don't need to cover it.
Well, I see that's we've got it. Hey, we got it. Yeah, but I don't. I told her.
So if you're covering, I don't need to cover it. I'm gonna cover it. Nick.
Steve's covered the press room. Okay.
So do I need to cover it?
No.
That's his mic.
Okay. All right. Thank you. SB.
Okay.
And so we must act. I'm proud of the fact that we did, after 30 years, pass some gun safety legislation here last Congress. It was a significant piece of legislation, but obviously it's not enough. 87% or more of Americans believe that we ought to have universal background checks, and still we can't get it. Think about that. In a country where everybody says we're divided, and there are deep divisions to be sure. There's disagreement on this issue to be sure. But in a country where there is 87% agreement on something, there's no movement on it in Congress. Which means that that's a problem with our democracy. The people's voices have been squeezed out of their democracy, and there is a growing chasm between what the people actually want and what they can get from their government. And we saw it in a stark and ugly way a few weeks ago when we had two brave young legislators stand up in Tennessee, three in fact. And the same legislature that refused to do anything on gun violence came down on them with all of their might and expelled them from the legislature. We have to stand up against these anti-democratic forces at work in our country. And we have to give the people their voices back. And if we refuse to act while our children are dying, and in a moment when no one is safe, then shame on us. Shame on us if we allow this to happen and we do absolutely nothing. St. Augustine, the African bishop of the early church, said that hope has two beautiful daughters. He said they are both beautiful: anger and courage. Anger with the way things are, and courage to see that they do not remain as they are. I'm pleading, I'm begging all of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to remember the covenant that we have with one another as an American people. Stand up in this defining moment and do everything we can to protect all of us and certainly all of our children. We owe it to the people who have sent us here. I know that there are those who will look at this moment and say, politically, do you really think we can get anything done here? They will ask if this is the time, given the state of politics in our country right now. I respond with the words of Dr. King, who said that the time is always right to do what is right, and that time is right now. Madam President, I yield the floor.